What's going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL, talking Chicago Bears, giving you guys my quick season preview for the Bears. And I'm not really doing a season preview for all other teams, just really the Bears, because I am a Bears fan. So if you're a Bears fan, make sure to subscribe to my channel. A lot of good Bears content here, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that down below. But with that being said, I have been posting my divisional preview and predictions, so if you guys want to go see that, you guys can go check that out in my videos. But with that being said, here to specifically talk about the Bears, because like I said, the Bears are my favorite team in the NFL. So Bears fans, make sure to follow me. With that being said, let's get started on how I think this season will go for the Bears. Okay, first thing is first, can we get the elephant out of the room, please? We all know, Bears fans included and myself, that the Bears are going to be pretty bad this season. Now, do I think they're going to be the worst team in the NFL? No, I do not think that. I think the Jets are going to be worse. I think the 49ers are going to be worse. The Browns, I am arguing back and forth here, although I do like them this year. DeShone Kizer is now their new starting quarterback, so I like that for the Cleveland Browns. But with that being said, the Bears are going to be pretty awful this season. So that we know, okay? How bad? That's the question, right? Now, in my preview and predictions for the NFC North, I had the Bears finishing last in their division at a record of 5-11. And for the purposes of not being a hypocrite, I'm not going to back off that, okay? I'm going to stick with that prediction of the Bears finishing last in the division at 5-11. So sorry, there's no suspense here. But with that being said, I'm going to go by the game wins and losses that I see on their schedule one by one, okay? So with that being said, the Bears, I see them finishing last in this division at 5-11. But let's talk about the strengths and sort of weaknesses of this team and how they will play, okay? That's the real question here. And with the Bears, their strength, biggest one by far, is Jordan Howard, their stud running back, okay, who had a breakout season last year in his rookie season. Didn't start the year, but he finished it well. He went from 3 to 1 on the depth chart. And that is the type of jump I'd like to see Mitch Trubisky make this year. But we'll get to that in a second, okay? So Jordan Howard, absolute stud. And I like their O-line as well. It's pretty solid with guys like Kyle Long, Cody Whitehair, who had a nice rookie season, Josh Sitton. So solid O-line. Great stud running back. And they drafted a guy, look out for him this year, Tarik Cohen, who is a small, diminutive running back like a Darren Sproles. But man, can he hit the hole, okay? I watched him in preseason and he looks good, okay? I think he should have no trouble passing up to second on the depth chart, right behind Jordan Howard. So I love Tarik Cohen. Moving forward, let's talk about their wide receivers, because they are absolutely atrocious, okay? And they got worse. Cameron Meredith is out for the season, and the Bears wide receiver core, I can say for them, are probably the worst in the NFL, okay? We're talking about now guys like Victor Cruz, Kendall Wright, Josh Bellamy. Yes, I know Kevin White is there, but Kevin White has a lot to prove. He's got the size to be a great receiver, but right now his route running has been subpar to say the least. He can't beat anybody, and he's dropped a lot of passes as well. So Kevin White has a lot to prove, but if there was something called being given the damn opportunity, Kevin White, you are being given every opportunity to be that stud running back that you were picked as a high draft pick. I believe the Bears picked him like 7th or whatever a couple years ago, and it is time for you to prove it, because now no Alshon Jeffrey, hell no Cameron Meredith, no Brandon Marshall. He is the lead dog, and he needs to play like one. So Kevin White, who is a wild card in this wide receiver core, he has the potential. He's the only one I see who has the potential to be number one in this whole wide receiver core. Needs to prove it. If he doesn't, if he stays hurt, if he stays underwhelming, this wide receiver core is probably the worst in the NFL, and it's pretty sad. So with that being said, the Bears are probably going to pound the rock with Jordan Howard, as they should, because like I said, this wide receiver core is pretty awful, okay? Then we look at the secondary. It's okay, okay? You have guys like Prince Amukamara that you draft, that you signed in free agency. So secondary's okay, probably on the lower end of okay, not that great. Then we go with the linebacking core, pretty decent. D-line, pretty solid. So defensively, the Bears, I like how they've been looking in terms of stopping the run. In preseason, they've been able to stop the run, but I don't know if they can stop the pass on anybody. Like I said, secondary's okay, not that great, okay? But defensively, I do see improvement, okay? Let's go back to the offensive side, and we're also going to talk about another elephant in the room with Mike Glennon, okay? We all expect the Bears to start Mike Glennon. I made a video about that where I think Mitch Trubisky should be starting over Mike Glennon because he has proven in preseason that he has beaten him out for the starting job, and I think he's getting a bad end of the stick here, bad deal here, because the only reason the Bears are starting Mike Glennon is because all of the money they invested in him, and now they've got their hands tied with Mike Glennon, okay? Even though they know Mitch is the better quarterback, okay? With that being said, Mike Glennon's going to start this season, and I think he's going to fall flat on his face in the first 4 games, and I think Mitch Trubisky is going to start probably after the bye week, after those first four games. I look for Mitch Trubisky to start because I think the Bears are going to go 0-4 or 1-3. But with that being said, let's get to the game-by-game schedule predictions. Okay, so the Bears start out the season at home versus the Falcons. Okay, I don't want to go any farther than that. The runner-up for the Super Bowl champions, they can't match that offense, okay? And here's the problem that the Bears are going to have a lot this year, so look out for that. They will not be able to stop high-powered offenses, so their best bet is to slow down the game by running the football and being able to play solid defense. Now, this schedule prediction I'm predicting is with Mike Glennon pretty much. I mean, I know I can throw in Mitch there after the 5th game, but this is with Mike Glennon going as the starting quarterback. And even if Mitch gets the back end of it, I don't see too much changing. So, again, with the Atlanta Falcons at home, okay? Next up, we have at Tampa Bay. Buccaneers are going to be good this season, okay? I see them competing for wild card spot, the Steelers, loss, okay? That's it. Even at home, too high a part of an offense. At the Packers, loss, 0-4, okay? First 4 games, 0-4. Then they play at home against the Vikings, a divisional game. I can see them getting their first win here, stop that losing streak. So now we're at 1-4, okay? Then they play at the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I had this as an L before, but the more I look at it, the Ravens are probably the worst team that they probably face in this first 6 games. I mean, their wide receiving core is pretty underwhelming with Jeremy Maclin and guys like that. And their running backs have been decimated. They've been decimated with injuries, okay? The Ravens have been pretty awful with injuries. So I'm going to say the Bears get it done in a sluggish game here, and they win at Baltimore, okay? So now we're at 2-4. Then they go back home, and they play the Panthers, who I think are going to have a bounce-back season. This is an L. Then they go to New Orleans at the Saints in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Saints are going to be high-powered offense. Then they come home against the Packers. I'm sorry, folks. I just see Green Bay as being too good this season. I think that's an L as well, okay? So now what are we at? We are at 2-7, okay? Then they play against the Lions at home. I see this as a W. You'll notice a lot of the wins that I have the Bears getting is against divisional opponents, and I think they get it done against Detroit's okay this year. They're nothing that great. They're okay. I think they can do it. Then they go at Philly. A lot of people are high on the Eagles this year. I'm not, but they're still more talented than the Bears, so I'm going to say this is an L, okay? Then they are against the 49ers. This is a W, okay? Like I said, the 49ers are worse than the Bears. This is at home. They should be able to get the job done. At Cincy, that's a loss. At Detroit, that's another win. I think they sweep Detroit this year. They're not very good, okay? So I think the Bears are able to sweep the Detroit Lions. They play at again in home against the Browns. I think this is an L. I think the Browns are going to come on strong late in the season, so look out for that. I see this as an L, and then they finally end the season at Minnesota. I think that's an L. So we have, what, 5-11 here for the Bears. I'm going to be putting on the screen right here with their schedule so you guys can see it as well, and what my win-loss prediction is for the Bears. So there you have it, 5-11. And here's the thing. Like I mentioned to you guys, this is with Mike Glennon and a mix of Mitch Trubisky. But I want to give you guys a quick stat here with the rookie quarterbacks. Let's say Mitch Trubisky started the year, okay? What would happen then? Well, you look back at Marcus Mariota's rookie season, which he started. The Titans went 3-13, okay? Then you look at Jameis Winston when he started his rookie year. Bucs went 6-10. Then you look at Derek Carr in his rookie year, 3-13, okay? So bad records, even though they were impressive rookies, okay? Then you look at Andrew Luck when he started his rookie season, 11-5. Then we look at Russell Wilson, 11-5, and then finally we look at Dak Prescott last season, 13-3. Now, there's a lot of things that go into play here with roster and what you're surrounded by. Of course, Dak Prescott was surrounded by a much more talented team than the Bears have right now. But with that being said, if I were to say if Mitch Trubisky started, if you average this out, I mean, that comes out to an average of about 8 wins. Like I said, best case scenario, they're 8-8. Like I said, they can beat up on their divisional opponents a little bit more if Mitch starts, because I think he's way more talented than Mike Glennon. But record-wise, it shouldn't change too much. Like I said, Mitch is still a rookie. This year is going to be all about progression, okay? The Bears know this year is going to be all about progression, and it doesn't hurt for them to be bad because they're going to get another high draft pick next season. So that's what they should look for. If the Bears start Mitch Trubisky, folks, they will not regret it. I am telling you, I think he is the real deal. I hope John Fox and Ryan Pace are listening to please give this guy a shot. Mitch Trubisky is the real deal. I'm not a big believer in Mike Glennon. I don't think he can get it done. So the Bears, I have them predicting at 5-11. Best case scenario, 8-8. Let me know what you guys think about the Bears. Leave a comment down below. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.